Hello and welcome. My name is Piero Falci. I am the instructor of the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program, and today is the day of a free information session where I will talk about the program, what to expect, the class logistics, and a little bit about mindfulness. In order to do so, I have prepared a little presentation with some slides, and I'm going to share the screen right now and show you the slides, okay? So I'm preparing to share the screen. So as I said, my name is Piero Falci, and I will be the instructor of the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program that I'm going to be talking about. I call myself a mindfulness meditation and a mindful living teacher. I'll talk more about this. You can find more information about me on my website, pierofalci.com. And I have published a book called A Better Life in a Better World, Can Mindfulness Save Us from Ourselves? With several lessons about mindfulness. And check it out. It's available on Amazon. So I will be doing this program through MindStay. You can learn more about this organization going to their website, mindstay.com. They have a series of resources there, many programs. One of the programs is the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program that I will be teaching. So go to mindstay.com. And if you want to learn more about the MBSR, go to mindstay.com/MBSR. Let me talk about mindfulness, or better saying, the lack of mindfulness. This is a quote from Leonardo da Vinci, where he talked about what I consider the lack of mindfulness, the inability to of us, or for us to be awake really in life. So he said, the average human looks without seeing, listens without hearing, touches without feeling, eats without tasting, moves without physical awareness, inhales without awareness of odor or fragrance, and talks without thinking. So this was his description of the human condition, where we are going through life mindlessly. William James, who is considered the father of American psychology, wrote something along the same lines, thinking about if we could educate people or teach people how to live more mindfully. He wrote, the faculty of voluntarily bringing back a wandering attention over and over again is the very root of judgment, character, and will. An education to improve this faculty would be the education par excellence, but it's easier to define this idea than to teach it. Well, mindfulness is really the practice that can bring this wandering attention over and over again back to the present moment. And this is what the MBSR program teaches. So one of the lessons of the MBSR program, I'm going to be talking about wakefulness and about the 6 words that start with the letter A. The 6 A's are awake, alert, attentive, aware, appreciative, and alive. So in a nutshell, we need to ask ourselves, am I truly awake? Am I truly alert and attentive? Am I aware of what's happening in my life? Am I aware of what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what is happening around me? Am I appreciative of all the many gifts of life gives me? Can I develop a sense of gratitude for everything in order to be fully alive? So mindfulness in the last many years, but especially in the last 5 years, has been a buzzword and has been going on and on. So one of the things that I do is I check, I'm not doing this anymore, but I used to do, to go on the checkout lines of the supermarkets and see how many magazines had the word mindfulness on the cover. And they are plenty. So this is just to prove that mindfulness became very fashionable, very trendy. And everybody started to talk about mindfulness, mindfulness this, mindfulness that. And one thing, it's so interesting, in the covers of magazines, they usually show very young and fit women in that lotus pose. Anyhow, it is everywhere. Mindfulness is left and right, and it never stops. I stopped taking pictures of the magazine covers that had the word mindfulness on them. And some of them are actually very good and provide excellent information, really. But so if we go away of uh, all the hype about mindfulness, what exactly is mindfulness? So Jon Kabat-Zinn, who is the founder of the Mindfulness-Based stress reduction program that I will be teaching, gave this definition of mindfulness. He said, mindfulness is the awareness that arises when we pay attention on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. So what he was saying is that we're going to train ourselves to bring our attention back to the present moment. So we may be thinking about the past and the future, but it's important to be in the present moment. If you think about it, whatever happened in the past, when it happened, it actually happened in the present moment. And whatever will happen in the future, when it happens, will also happen in the present moment. So life is happening in the present moment, and this is the most valuable moment, because this is when we make the decisions that are going to affect the quality of our lives. So we intentionally pay attention in the present moment without adding a lot of judgment, because our minds are kind of constantly criticizing and judging and condemning. I like this, I don't like this, I approve this, I disapprove this. So mindfulness is an invitation to let go of all the judgment and really approach life with fresh eyes. So this is a picture of the founder of the program, Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. And what is this program? What it consists? Well, we're going to be together for 8 weekly sessions of 2.5 hours each. We're also going to have a day of silent practice between sessions 6 and 7. I'm going to be talking more about this later. Excuse me. And you're going to have homework, a daily meditation practice, some gentle stretching, and the cultivation of mindful skills. So I said that I call myself a mindfulness meditation and a mindful living teacher, because for me, the word mindfulness has to be applied to two things, to the practice and to the way of being. It's pretty much like sports. So you practice, but what's important really is the game. And in a way, you're coming to me and I am your coach. I usually say that I am your brain fitness coach. And then I will give you some hints on how to play the game of life, if you will, in a more mindful way. But in order to do so, you have to train yourself to be more attentive, to be awake, alert, attentive, aware, appreciative, in order to live mindfully, okay? And look at this kid. We don't practice mindfulness or meditation to be good meditators. We really practice mindfulness in order to live better lives and enjoy life. So usually at this time of the session, I introduce a little practice where I give a taste of what a mindfulness practice could be. In this case, I can do a body scan where we pay attention to different parts of the body, listening to my guidance, or we do a practice called awareness of the breath, where we pay attention to the breath coming in and out. We're not going to do this for this presentation, but this is part of the practices that you will learn if you decide to join the program. I'll give you an example of one of the lessons that we teach. It's called the negativity bias. And we say that this was brilliantly described this way, that says that the brain is like Velcro for the negative and like Teflon for the positive. So what is negative sticks and stay like Velcro. And what is positive in our brain, we really don't notice. It kind of slides away as if it were on a Teflon surface. So we have the tendency to scan the environment for threats, for dangers, and to keep noticing what is dangerous and threatening. And this has served us very well. Imagine we are a species that were able to survive and grow to be 7.5 billion people in the planet right now. But we are constantly thinking about danger. So we are very negative in this way. So we don't need any training to notice what is negative, but mindfulness can train us to take in the positive, to take in what is good, okay? So to enhancing a little bit the lesson on negativity bias, we can say mindfulness practice sharpens the ability to notice what is happening externally and what is going on internally, our thoughts, our emotions, our physical sensations. This is part of the training of mindfulness, to notice what's going on. And we can apply this present moment non-judgmental awareness. So remember, mindfulness is the awareness that arises from paying attention on purpose in the present moment non-judgmentally. So the moment that we use this way of dealing with the world, we can also notice the negative scripts that are running in our heads. And by notice them, we can free ourselves from them and choose healthier ways, make healthier choices. So what are the benefits of the MBSR program? There are many. And this has been proved. This is all evidence-based, meaning that research has been done that has proven the medical and psychological benefits for, in this case, the medical benefits. You can look at the slide: chronic pain, fibromyalgia, asthma, gastrointestinal distress, the autoimmune disorders, the high blood pressure, cancer, heart disease, skin disorders, and so on and so forth. In the psychological realm, mindfulness training is excellent to tame, to cope with anxiety and panic attacks and depression and fatigue and difficulty to sleep, insomnia, for instance. Also, it has been very good to help people with addictions, alcohol, smoking, or any substance, even compulsive overeating. And but what it really does is helps us live better. So we learn to take better care of ourselves. We feel more balanced, more centered, more grounded. We don't react as much. We become more peaceful, really. And we experience a boost in focus because we are not so distracted. We let go of what is superfluous and we stay with the task at hand. And this naturally increases our productivity and our creativity. And we feel overall happier and more serene. So how the classes are going to go? Well, in the class, there's probably three main areas. One is practice, one is lecture, and one is sharing. So the practice is pretty much, I will teach you some practices like body scan, awareness of the breath or sitting meditation, um, walking meditation, mindful eating. There are lectures about mindful communications, mindful relationships, lectures about stress. So but the lectures are really short. The practice is probably the major part of each one of the sessions, because this program is more like an experiential program, uh, more experience, more exploration, and less explanation, if you will. Um, and then we have moments of sharing. So through the sharing, we learn from one another, and it gives me an opportunity to answer your questions as well. So practice, short lectures, and sharing. So I already told you that these are 8 sessions of 2.5 hours each weekly. So in this case, we're going to meet on Saturdays from 9 to 11:30 a.m. There's going to, between session 6 and 7, we're going to be meeting on a Sunday for 6 hours, between 6 and 7 hours. And here's the schedule. This program starts on September 26, 2020, and the last class is on November 14th, 2020. Always on a Saturdays from 9 to 11:30, as I said. You will have to do home practice. I'm going to be giving you access to recordings where you're going to hear to my guided meditations. I'm going to be sending you by email some handouts with some homework for you to do. But the practice at home pretty much is meditating and stretching. And this is all guided through the recorded recordings that I'm going to be sending you. There are some risks. I talked about the benefits, but there are some risks to take this program. So we have to evaluate if this is the best time in your life for you to take the program. So if you're going through a moment of grief, for instance, you lost a relative, a loved one, and you're still grieving, it would be important for me to have a conversation with you to make an assessment and see if this is a good time for you to take the program. So there are many instances that I need to know in order to make an assessment and recommend, well, perhaps this is not the best time for you to take the program. This program is offered many times during the year. Perhaps you can wait a little bit and then find a better time in your life to take the program. In order to do so, I am going to send you a questionnaire with some questions, and from your answers, I'm going to make an assessment. If everything is clean, I'm not going to contact you. If I feel that I need further information, I will give you a call, and we're going to have a private consultation, free, for me to evaluate if, as I said, if it is a good idea for you to take the program right now, okay? So what are the next steps? If you are interested, I'm going to send you the questionnaire. If necessary, as I said, you're going to have a private consultation with me. And if you have decided already, you're going to go to mindstate.com/MBSR, and then you can enroll. If you're a first-time student, if you have never taken the MBSR program, the cost is $495. If you have already taken the MBSR, we offer it for half the price, for $250, okay? So if you have any questions, please contact me. It's Piero Falci at gmail.com. It's my first name and last name together at gmail.com. And you have my telephone number, 954-336-6758. Give me a call. Also go to my website, right? PieroFalci.com. Check out my book, and I hope you enjoyed this short presentation, and I hope to see you soon. The MBSR program is a terrific program. It is the best way, actually, to start a regular meditation practice. So we're going to be together for 8 weeks, and this is going to be really, really good. This is a life-enhancing program, and I'm very proud to teach it. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Okay? All the best. Bye-bye.